In this video, I am going to show you how to navigate the US college soccer system. This is the exact same knowledge I have used to help hundreds of players get recruited to play college soccer, and more recently make us the fastest growing college soccer recruitment channel on YouTube. If you are watching other players your age get recruited to top programs while you're still confused about how it all works, here's the truth. You probably don't understand the system as well as you think you do. But here is some good news for you. After you've watched this video, you will. Every college in America joins a governing body. Think of it like choosing a country to live in. Once you pick the country, you follow its laws. In college sports, governing bodies work the exact same way. The main governing bodies for college soccer are the NCAA, NAIA, and NJCAA. Within each governing body, schools are divided into divisions, and within divisions, schools are then organized into conferences. Conferences are usually organized by the location the school is in itself. Schools near each other will usually be grouped together to reduce travel costs because America is massive. The West Coast Conference includes schools from California, Washington, and Oregon. The maximum travel time between two schools in this conference is 20 hours, and that is between San Diego and Seattle University. Pretty insane, right? Now, the college soccer season has 3 different phases: preseason, regular season, and postseason. Preseason starts in early August. Teams play scrimmages or friendlies against other schools, and this does not count against their record. The regular season runs from late August to early November. This is when games do count against their record. Teams usually play 1 or 2 games a week over the span of 3 months. They'll play a mix of conference games and non-conference games. Conference games being other schools within their conference, non-conference games being schools not in their conference. Usually teams will get their non-conference games out at the beginning of the season. The non-conference games help build up their resume, and I'll tell you why that is important in just a second. The conference schedule ramps up in September. Teams play schools mostly in their conference, trying to win as many games as possible to earn their spot into the conference tournament. Your regular season record determines your ranking, your seeding in the conference tournament, and whether you'll be considered at an at-large bid in the national tournament. The postseason happens in late November, and this is tournament time. There are 2 ways to make the national championship tournament. The first is to win your conference tournament. This gives you an automatic invitation regardless of your record. Second is to receive an at-large bid. A selection committee will review your record, review the teams that you played against, aka the strength of schedule, and decide whether you deserve an invitation into the tournament. These are essentially a wild card, basically spots for the best teams that didn't win their conference tournament. The national tournament is single elimination only, straight knockout, just like a World Cup once you get to the round of 32, all the way through till there's a winner. Lose 1 game, your season's over. The winner is crowned as a national champion. To win a national championship, you need depth amongst your whole roster, not just a strong starting 11. Most college soccer teams carry around 35 players, split amongst 2 teams, the varsity and a JV. The JV team is a development squad for younger or more inexperienced players. Many schools use a JV subsidized model because it helps bring in additional revenue for the school. That revenue can then get reinvested into better coaches and better facilities for the players. Now, here's where things do get a little bit interesting. There is a major divide between a fully funded and a partially funded school. Fully funded programs receive maximum scholarship allocations. They can offer larger scholarship packages, build world-class facilities, invest in top coaches, and ultimately have a more competitive program. Partially funded programs will have fewer scholarships and ultimately fewer resources. They might only offer partial scholarship packages to a handful of players amongst their roster. The governing bodies I mentioned earlier do one thing and one thing only, which is give the schools the parameters that they have to work in. For example, Division 1 can give the most scholarship. However, not all Division 1 schools are equally funded. You've got schools like Wake Forest, Clemson, and honestly, a lot of the schools in the ACC, but then some schools in the Big South will be very poorly funded. You'll have schools in NAIA that are better funded than some Division 1 schools, better funded than some Division 2 schools, etc., so on and so forth. The funding gap has created a massive separation in college soccer. Some programs that dominate do actually outgrow their conference themselves. When a school constantly wins the championship and is seen to be investing heavily into their programs, the governing body will actually suggest or direct that school to change conferences. For example, Mercyhurst University went from an NCAA Division II program to an NCAA Division I program. These changes can also happen within governing bodies too. Middle Georgia State University recently transitioned from an NAIA school to an NCAA Division II school. This ultimately reflects a bigger shift in American soccer. The sport is changing faster than ever, and college soccer recruiting is becoming more competitive every single day. Now, knowing all of this doesn't matter if you can't afford to play college soccer in the first place. So let's address the elephant in the room. How much does it cost to play college soccer? Well, let me tell you, college in America isn't cheap. The costs can range from $20,000 a year all the way through to $80,000 a year for some of the most expensive schools in the country. But here's what nobody will tell you, because hardly anybody pays the bumper sticker price you'll see on the website, because of something called scholarships. Think of scholarships as discounts. The better you are as a student and the better you are as an athlete, the bigger discount you're gonna get. There are two main types of scholarships: athletic scholarships and academic scholarships. Athletic scholarships come from the coach. They watch you play, they then decide how badly they want you for their team, and they will give you a reduced tuition cost based on this. Academic scholarships come from the school, more specifically, the admissions office. They are based on your GPA and any test scores you have taken. Better grades means more money. And the best part is they actually stack on top of each other, meaning you can get both. Here's an example. UCLA costs $80,000 per year. The coach offers you a 50% athletic scholarship, you're down to $40,000. Let's say you have a 3.7 GPA and good SAT scores, so admissions gives you a $10,000 academic scholarship. Now you're paying $30,000 a year instead of $80,000. That is $50,000 a year annual discount. Now over 4 years, because that's how long somebody usually goes to school, that's $200,000 discount. For most families, that is life-changing. This is why your grades matter just as, if not more important than your soccer skills. Not every program has the same scholarship money. The amount depends on their division/governing body and if they're fully funded or not. For example, NCAA Division I allows up to 28 full scholarships. If fully funded, the coach could have 28 players paying $0 to go to school, which is called a full ride. There are probably less than 20 schools out of 1,400 that have the capabilities to actually do this. A minimally funded program means the coach only actually has access to a fraction of this money. This explains why you might get a 70% scholarship package at a Division I school and a 10% scholarship package at a different school in the same governing body, in the same division, in the same conference. Same division, same rules and their parameters that they can work in, just different budgets. You now understand the college soccer landscape, you understand the opportunities available and how scholarships work. Now, the most practical question is, how do you navigate recruitment and get scholarship offers? There are 3 main approaches during the recruitment process. Option number 1 is to do it yourself. Take full control and do it yourself from start to finish. You'll research schools, you'll find the coach's emails, then you'll email them repeatedly until they respond. You'll likely get invited to an ID camp to have to pay to play in front of that coach, with no guarantee that you'll actually get recruited. Now, the DIY approach is the most cost-efficient approach, but instead of paying with money, you are paying with time. Outside of school and soccer, you are going to be spending hours of your day consistently, day on day, for almost 2 years in order to see any real success. That is the God's honest truth. Option number 2 is to use a recruiting platform or a software. I call this a done with you service. The done with you approach involves you signing up for a software or platform that is going to assist you during the recruiting process. You still have to do work yourself, but it's going to make it a little bit easier. You're mainly paying for information and a system to use that information within. A really common one that especially a lot of Americans know of is NCSA. They provide a platform for you to email coaches. They provide webinars, PDFs, guides, etc. for you to use to educate yourself on the college soccer landscape as well. You still need to put in multiple hours a day, but at least you're doing it with a bit more structure around it. Here's the reality. My YouTube channel is designed to fill this void for option 1 or 2. If information and the DIY approach is what you are looking for, my YouTube channel is free. It's going to serve its purpose. I believe you shouldn't have to pay for information because information doesn't actually lead to getting recruited. It can help, but it doesn't solve one critical problem, which is that coaches receive thousands of emails a week. The chances of yours being open, let alone leading into an offer, is pretty slim in the first place. Option number 3 is to hire a recruiting agency. I call this a done for you service. These are by far the most expensive. They're usually thousands of dollars, but instead of paying with time, you're paying with money. You're paying essentially for somebody else to handle the process for you. Now, there are 2 different types of agencies. Some are going to actually just email coaches on your behalf. I don't think these are very effective at all because, again, you're still going to run into the exact same problem, which is coaches get thousands of emails every single week. The other type of agencies leverage direct connections. In other words, they connect you directly with the coaches themselves. They're the 3 options. If you found this video somewhat valuable and you want to learn about how we help players get recruited by connecting them directly with the coaches themselves, I'll pop the link to our website in the top link in the description. You'll be able to go in the top right corner and apply for a call with me or my team. If you click on the link, happy days. If you don't, I do not care. All I care about is that you found value from this video. But if you do want to take it one step further, it'll be in the top link in the description. And with that being said, I'll see you in the next one.